100 metres was just over a length quicker than Tim Zoo. It's moving.
Yeah, it is. It's actually a greyhound that's really screaming out for further, and it's just its racing style. It gets back, it runs home. If there's enough speed and it kind of gets a clear unimpeded run out wide and they bunch up or whatever, it'll make one foul swoop, certainly one to put into your wider exotics.
All right, but it's all about Excavation, Kenya All Class and Motion Sensor. They dominate this market. Let's get out to Corey Smith, the head of the fourth and final semi-final of the Cup.
I'm with Debbie Salick here, who has Motion Sensor. Last week I listened to your pre-race interview with Jason Adams and you said just stay straight and then get across. What are you whispering into his ear today?
Try your best. That's all. Yeah, do your best. That's all I can say.
Box 8 was probably a tough box to get across. He managed to do that. Box 2, positives?
Yeah, he's got just as much chance as anybody else, so let's hope he gets around safe, that's all.
Good luck. That is the most important thing. I'll just grab Shona Thompson with Excavation. Shona, he runs in top grade week in, week out, and we've seen what he can do in likes of the top guns. Can he do it again tonight?
It's just got a lead, I think, Corey. It's all what happens in probably the first 20 metres for him.
Being drawn off the track, no disadvantage for him?
No, I don't mind where he's drawn tonight, so yeah, just got to get the start right.
Oh, well, good luck there. This is a ripping race, an intriguing race. There's some speed drawn in the middle of the track. Can Motion Sensor get across? Where does Kenya All Class get to, boys? This is a ripper, the final semi-final of the Australian Cup.
Another beauty tonight here at the Meadows, Smithy, and it's all about Excavation, Kenya All Class, Motion Sensor. Nathan Rooney and I are both of the opinion that Kenya All Class may not be perfectly drawn in box number 1. He will want to choose to make a decision to go around the outside at some point. But who do you think wins it, Nathan?
I've gone 5, 2, 1 and 4. I think Excavation picks himself here. I thought he was very good last week in the Temlee. We've seen that form franked already with Tim Zoo and Flying Zulu out of the Thompson Kennel Run really well in their respective semi-finals. I settled with him on top. He'll have to get the start right, but if he does, he's a group winner. He's going to be hard to beat. 2, Motion Sensor in for second. Hard up against the fence with early speed. 1, Kenya All Class flashing late, and Who Dat Chandler at big odds in for your first 4. 5, 2, 1 and 4.
So the last 2 greyhounds to join Vincent Bale, Zipping Hopkins, Mapunga Tully, Flying Zulu, Tim Zoo and Deadly Avenger in the 2025 Australian Cup. Here's James for the fourth and final semi-final.
Last chance to qualify for the 2025 Sportsbet Australian Cup. It'll be unmissable next Saturday night. The green light, semi-final 4 of the Australian Cup. Stand by, they're set. And they're racing, and Excavation's jumped quickly from the centre, and he's going to carve across and find the lead uncontested by a length and a half to Motion Sensor. Oh, he's going to be hard to roll from here, Excavation, up to third Irish Lucy, and then Kenya All Class, who gets into his work, but he's spotting the star 7 lengths, and then Blistered Earth from Poor Fabian, Who Dat Shanlin, and at the end, your Trillo Bale, it's Excavation, a big leader. There's one danger, and it's a big one. Kenya All Class storming home. Excavation will get the line just. Excavation won at 3/4 to Kenya All Class in an extraordinary run. Third in Motion Sensor, and then Who Dat Shanlin. They were clear to Irish Lucy, then your Trillo Bale, Blistered Earth and Poor Fabian, 29.91, and the Team Thompson juggernaut rolls on. 3 of them now into the Australian Cup.
Kenya All Class, Nath.
Yeah, very strong, we know that. And he's a greyhound that lost his position going through the corner the first time. He wanted to get up the track like we touched on, but he was able to get out in the clear air in the second half of the race. And then from there, he was awfully strong in the run to the line. But when you're giving a Group 1 winner like Excavation a head start and you're running sections of 5, 10, 17, 73 on the arm, and you can break 30 seconds and run 29 and 89, it's most probably just a task a little bit too deep to enclose on. But geez, his last 150 metres was absolutely out of this world. He makes his way through and he becomes another factor in the race next week. Jace is a get-back, run-home dog. So, geez, you've got some good get-back, run-home dogs. You're going to have Kenya All Class. You're going to have Zipping Hopkins. You're going to have Tim Zoo. And then you're going to have the speed of Excavation, Mapunga Tully, Deadly Avenger, all going forward. What a race we're going to have next week.
Absolute cracker. And you have to say, for Excavation, he deserves to be in that race, doesn't he, Nath? Because he was an Adelaide Cup winner. It was really good last week in the Temlee, and he's through to another big one here.
Yeah, well, it's another if ever in the Jason Thompson training camp, isn't it? Like last week, he was able to trifecta the Temlee, and then he's about able to back up this week in the semi-finals, and then 3 runners all produced, as good, if not better, efforts than what they did last week, and they all once again advanced to the Australian Cup final. So, yeah, what a wonderful final. We couldn't ask for much more. I think everything has got through that we expected, and yeah, it's going to be one mouth-watering contest next Saturday evening.
So just recapping what this field looks like for next week's Group 1 Australian Cup. Vincent Bale, Zipping Hopkins. Mapunga Tully, Flying Zulu. Tim Zoo, Deadly Avenger. Excavation, Kenya All Class. So from what we had in front of us for these semi-finals, possibly what you'd have as a hand-picked field.
It's pretty close, isn't it?
Pretty close.
And I was just thinking as you were running through them, tell me who's starting favourite and tell me who's starting the outside of the field.
Don't ask me that tonight.
Who's
mate.
starting the outside of the field?
Oh, Zipping Hopkins.
Zipping Hopkins, yeah,
Yep.
there you go. There's a 29.8 dog who's going to let the race unfold and got a massive motor. Like, that's how deep this race is, and then try to work out favouritism. Like, I wouldn't know where to start, and as soon as these box draws are done Monday afternoon, I'm going to have to take 5 days to try to work out that many speed maps and that many equations of how to try to map out this race right and try to work out who's going to get the advantages and disadvantages, because, mate, there are 8 superstar dogs there, and all of them are going to be in one race here next Saturday evening.
Do you know who's not sleeping tonight?
Who's not sleeping?
Nathan Gretsch.
Oh,
He's got to set the market for this race. He's got to wait till the box draw Monday afternoon. I think he was flat that that was a fact and he couldn't get the job done tonight, but maybe he didn't want to get it done tonight because he'd be up until probably the sun rises tomorrow morning.
yeah, well, sometimes
Tough
you need to punch the markets out on first glance. So maybe it is a disadvantage, because the more he'll look at it and go through the heat runs, the more he'll find. He'll see the closing section of Kenya All Class there. He'll see the unlucky somewhat run of Deadly Avenger. He'll see the sectional brilliance of Mapunga Tully. He'll see Group 1 winners out of the Thompson Kennel, Flying Zulu, Tim Zoo, Excavation. Like, where do you look, Jace? Like, where do you look and where do you start when you're going to dissect that race? I'm going to have trouble pricing it, and at least if my prices are wrong, I cop it. If he prices it wrong, they'll be jumping out of trees to back something, no doubt.
Yeah, 100%.